Hi everybody, I'm John Thompson from Shaggy's, and we're going to talk about taking care of our skis that we put away in the garage last spring and haven't touched them since. And now is time to do a little prep work on them before the season begins.
We are Shaggy's Copper Country skis. Skiing isn't just a sport to us, it's a way of life. Building skis turned our passion for skiing into a livelihood for our family. Follow along to get a glimpse into our small ski company.
Show you a couple of skis. They got put away. They've got some rust on them, a little bit, a lot of dust, a lot of dirt. We're going to clean that all up, get it ready for waxing and sharpening and all those kinds of things. So let's get at it. The first thing we want to do is get these brakes out of our way. So if you got a rubber band, anything will do, some string, tie them up, get them out of the way. Okay, now we're ready to go. A couple of things that you can do here. Obviously, just wiping them down will do. If we want, if you have a fair amount of rust on them, you can go in the closet or in the drawer and see if you have some steel wool. That steel wool will take a lot of that rust off of there. You just work it back and forth, and it'll clean up a lot of that stuff. You know, they have different grits. The rougher it is, the more it's going to cut. The smoother it is, the finer it is, the less it'll cut. But it'll take that rust off of there. Okay, so we've gotten some of that stuff off of there. We want to kind of get these base ready to be worked on. We're going to clean them up. I've got a little brass brush here that is pretty soft, but it's going to start taking off some of that material that was left on over the summer. That'll take some of the dirt and material that was left in there from the spring skiing that you did, and then set your skis in and kind of forgot about them. So now that we've done that, the next process that we'd probably want to do with that is start prepping our edges to get those back into shape. A couple of things that you can do, a couple of tools that we have. This is a file with a gauge on here to put some angle on that edge a little bit. Everybody has their own way of doing that, but we can just put it on, run it along there. The file will cut that edge, put it to the degree that you want it. You'll be all good with that. We also have a diamond stone, the finer diamond stone. This is a 400. Basically, you can use that with your hand. You don't really have to use a guide with that because it's so fine. All it's going to do is really take off a little bit on there. And that will clean up your edges. If you've got a little burrs on there from hitting rocks or anything, it'll take that down, get that out of there. Like I say, with that 400, you can rub it along there and really not do anything other than take off the high spots. Also, you can do it on your side edge. That will also help clean off that rust or anything that you have left on that edge, and that will really take that fine amount off and keep the edge in good shape, so that you're not doing a lot of damage. And even after you've done your cutting, if you do file it, you use your diamond stone to take any burr down that may be left on there from the file. So you want to knock those down to get those back into shape. So we would work on our base edge, we work on our side edge, and take care of cleaning those up. We have a guide here to do our side edge also, and you can run it along here, and it will set the degree that you want it. You can get these at any ski shop or probably online also, but these will set your degree and cut that edge to what you want it. And again, after you've done it with the file, because it's pretty aggressive when you do it with a file, you want to take a diamond stone and just run along there to clean that up. After that, after you've done your edges, all 4 of your edges, and you've done it with the file and done it with the diamond stone, you can take a gummy stone, which is really a soft, flexible, it's just abrasive, and rub that on your edge, and again, that takes off any burrs and smooths that edge out, gives you a nice glow on the edge, and takes off any of the burrs that may be left on there. Again, they sell them at any ski shop. You can get it, or online. And those are good things to have. You know, if you hit a rock, if you carry, if you're out skiing and you carry a couple of things that you might want, you know, a diamond stone, a fine one, 200, 300, 400, you know, doesn't do a lot of cutting, but it does repair an edge. If you hit a rock and you've got a big burr on there, if you take that diamond stone and rub it along there a few times, takes that down. Also takes, you know, have a gummy stone and run along there. Takes the burrs down. Makes it much easier for you to ski the rest of the day if you have damaged your skis and don't want to head in for the day. So once we've got these all cleaned up and our edges worked on, the next thing that we would do would be put some wax on. A few different ways that you can do it. You could take a bar of wax and you can crayon it on, and then take a cork and rub it in, and that will force that wax into the ski. And that's a simple way of doing it, and anybody can do that. Any wax that you put on the ski is good wax because it's protecting your base. You know, that's what gives you motion down the hill, cuts that resistance down. That wax will really do a lot of good for that. The other thing that you might use, if you have the ability, is an ironing your wax in. So all we do is, you know, have the iron plugged in. We have some wax here that we use here at the shop. It's a high performance wax. Called green ice, and we have different temperatures that we have, so the red being warm, white being an intermediate, which is your universal, and then the green being a cold, which works out really nicely. It also says, you know, to put your iron at 125 degrees so that you can melt that wax and get it in. So when you're waxing, you want to drip it on, and you don't want to be shy with your wax. You want to put a fair amount of wax on, so that when you're running the iron along there and working that iron, you want it to wet out the whole ski. And when you put that heat and rub that with your iron on there, and you see it liquefying, and what it's doing is actually getting into the pores of the skis. And the pores are great to fill in, because that also will fill in, keep you from having that suction that you get when you get a lurch, and typically, or you're going slow. It's typically because you're getting binding from that suction that's created, and your wax inside there breaks that suction, allows that air to release. Which makes you go a little bit faster down the hill, which is great. But you want to move that iron, keep the iron moving, liquefy that wax, get it in there so that it penetrates down into the ski. And after the best thing to do after you've ironed it on, let it sit for half hour. Let that wax really harden inside the ski. Let it cool down, and then take a scraper, either a metal scraper or a plastic scraper. Scrape that excess wax off of there. After that, you can also brush it with a simple brush. A brass brush will take a fair amount out, but it also opens up the pores and allows you to break suction a little bit more. So the best thing that you can do for your skis is get some wax on them, cover them so that they are ready for your first trip out and ready to go. Usually when you go out the first time, if it's in the early season, it's still fairly warm out. You want to have a warm wax. It's easy to put on, and will aid you with the maintenance of your skis. So that's about it. Scrape them, clean them, brush them, get that rust off of them. Work on the edges if they need it, and we should be good. That will be it, and then we'll be ready to get out and enjoy the season as soon as the snow falls, which is hopefully going to happen not too far from now. Okay, thanks, and we'll talk with you later.